Okay, so it's January 18th. I'm checking in to let my kids, and I guess you, because you're listening, know how I did. Let me tell you, it was difficult. I ran a mile on Friday, and it took me 9.5 minutes. But then I went out with my wife and my son and 2 dogs on Saturday, because it's raining today, so I couldn't procrastinate it all till Sunday. So I went out and ran 2 miles yesterday, and that only took me 17.5 minutes. And I think it's because pressure. I had the wife watching, I had the baby out there, had to look strong, because I had my 1-year-old son, not my 17-year-old son. My 17-year-old son could probably outrun me and outlift me. He's getting ready to go into the military, armed services, Air Force. Good for him. I was talking to a guy the other day, and he was a Marine, former Marine, Marine veteran. I told him that my son was going to go in the Air Force, and he said, "Oh, good, that's good." I said, "Yeah, no, I thought about it, and I would like for him to follow in my footsteps and be a Marine as well. But I really think that being Air Force can set him up for the future better." And this cat said to me, "Oh yeah, he's got a real good chance of getting his 100% right after 4 years." What? I'm talking about he'll have some education, he'll have GI Bill so he can go to college. I'm not talking about he's gonna be 100% disabled. What the hell is wrong with you? Speaking of what the hell is wrong with you, well, let me first tell you what the hell was wrong with me. So I posted that last video, if you saw it, on January 11th, saying, all right, this is what I did. I ran my 3 miles, and I didn't think anybody was going to see it because I had posted 2 videos on New Year's Eve and nobody had seen them. But now I've got 10 views, whoa, gone viral, on the January 11th video. And so I thought, why did nobody look at these others? Is it the title? Is it the thumbnail? They're all pretty much the same, right? I haven't changed anything. It's just me looking at the camera. They were set to private. So I unprivatized them, and so now maybe the story will make a little sense. What I'm trying to do here, if anybody has seen my channel, it really was nothing. This channel was just videos that I wanted to share that were too big. Originally, I was in Afghanistan, and I was trying to record some videos for my children who were pretty young at the time. I think they were 3 and 4, 3 and 5. And I just read them some stories. I wanted to communicate with my kids, and it's kind of hard because I don't know if you've noticed, this world's real fast paced right now. And the likelihood of 2 people slowing down at the same time to connect, it's not real probable. But I feel like maybe when they're my age, maybe they'll want to sit down and see what their dad was going through at this age. And also, I tried to do this accountability thing for myself, because when I was in the Marines, I knew every 6 months I was getting tested. We did the combat fitness test and the physical fitness test, and once they stopped doing that, it's amazing how days can tick by and you don't do anything for yourself, for your health. It's real easy to do nothing, and so nothing's what I did. And day after day of doing nothing, and pretty soon nothing's all you can do. So I remember I was probably 37, 38, and I decided I was going to be fit by 40. But since the only person I told was my wife, and she's just super supportive and was like, "You look good, babe. I love you, and you're such a beast." And then, and then I, sprain an ankle just trying to walk through the damn kitchen. I'm like, I need to be more active. I need to get out and do stuff. So I figured for 2026, I'm going to go ahead and hold myself accountable with little weekly check-ins. I'm going to try and do things. I would recommend it to anybody. I recommend it to my children. I know my son, like I said, he's going in the Air Force, but I've asked my children what they want to be when they grow up. And my dad asked me that going in the Marines. He didn't really ask me. He just said, you should go in, get into helicopters, and that way you can be a pilot. Well, I didn't really follow or heed that advice. Now, I did get to fly a helicopter around Hawaii for about, I don't know, felt like an hour, but it was probably 20 minutes. I don't know. My ex-wife would know more about that because she was the crewman on that plane, and she got to yell at me afterwards for going too fast. but it turns out it was a whole lot of fun. But I had not heeded my dad's advice. I just kind of did whatever was easiest, and that won't take you far, right? It's a struggle if you want to go anywhere in life. So you've got to get uncomfortable, and you've got to do things. So I was going to the gym, and I would work out until I was tired. I wouldn't push past anything. I would just go there, lift some weights. Basically, I was maintaining is all I was doing. I was maintaining the not bad shape I was in. And but if you want to improve, you have to struggle and you have to push hard. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to fix things up around the house, and this shouldn't be a thing, but I went under the house into the crawl space, had to go over and hook up the heating duct that goes into my son's room. Well, we had a little space heater in his room because the heating duct had come disconnected under the house. So I went under there, fixed that. It's good now. So it's amazing how you just do these little things and you can feel better about them, knowing you accomplished something instead of just laid around being a log for all week. And we go to work, we pay the bills, and then we think that's success. Nope, that's not success. That's just surviving. That's just living. Constantly improving is what we should be trying to do, and that's what I would like for my children to do. And it takes a direction. You have to know what you're trying to get. You have to know where you're trying to go. If you jumped in the car and started driving and said, well, I'll just, when I come to a turn, I'll take it. Right. Is that going to get you where you want to go? Like, I don't know. But eventually I'll run out of gas, or, stop and gas up and keep going. And eventually you will have seen a lot of things. It'll be an adventure. But that might not be exactly what you want. So you should make a plan. The adventures will come, right? And there's something real satisfying about knowing that you have accomplished something you were trying to accomplish. So I figured while I'm checking in with myself and telling you how I did, and letting everybody know, letting my kids know, so they can look at it and be like, yep, Dad struggled. Because I remember my dad in his 40s, and I don't remember him struggling like this. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know. It'd be cool to know what he thought back then. I know now he's almost 80. He'll be 80 next year. And so he's getting up there. And now he's, talking about it. Take care of your knees, son. Yeah, Dad, I think I might have needed to start that before 45. But it doesn't matter, because I decided screw fit by 40. I'm going to be fantastic, fabulous, and I don't know, amazing by 50. Well, that doesn't really rhyme. Fit, fantastic, and fabulous by 50, right? Or still flabby at 50. We'll see. I don't think so, because I'm not going to get on here and tell y'all that I didn't do anything. That sounds pretty weak. And I'm also not going to get on here and lie and tell you I did something I didn't. So, but I also want to share some thoughts, because I'm looking at the world out there, and if you've heard about the ICE killing the protester Renee Good, and I know that protester, whatever, it was a tragedy. That's what it was. It was a tragedy. And but come to find out, that ICE agent had just been drugged by a car. I mean, he shouldn't have been out there. He definitely needs to not be out there. He's got a real bad habit of standing in front of moving cars. So, if what he did was in self-defense, which I believe it was, he also shouldn't have been in that position to need to defend himself, right? But what I want to tell my children is, if there's a cop at your door and a cop in front of you, don't try and drive away. Now, this lady's wife was out there saying, "Drive, baby, drive." I don't know what they had going on, but critical thinking was not what they had going on. I believe that cop had PTSD, or that ICE agent had PTSD from getting drug already, and he acted in his best instincts to ensure that he didn't get drugged by another car, and that his buddy who was trying to open the door didn't get run over or drugged by the car. It was chaotic and hectic, and my advice is just steer clear of all those protests. I don't let the people that are getting paid to protest. Don't go out there and risk your life and join them. So that's what I want to tell my kids was, what do I think about it? Stay away from it. That's what I think. Because I don't really know that I agree with them. You know, it's the way I look at this country is like, let's look at it like it's our home. Okay, so let's say you have a home and it's a 5-bedroom, and you don't need all 5 bedrooms. So you're like, but I'll still fill it up because I love this big home. It's got a huge backyard. It's got a pool table and a pool and a tennis court. It's just amazing, but can't afford it by myself. So we're gonna have more people, and that'll be better, right? That way we can all enjoy it. But then you have people living there that aren't paying any rent, and they're not cleaning the place up. It's a bad roommate. That's all there is to it. It's a bad roommate. And I would like to ask them to leave, right? But, and if you're not going to ask them to leave, then you should pay their way. So let them come, stay in your room or something. But we can't, it's not on everybody else. So it's not on all of us. Just like with the Minnesota thing, whether it's fraud or not fraud. Oh, yeah, I guess that other one was also in Minnesota. Minnesota's got a lot going on right now. I guess everyone's just too cold and depressing there or something. So everybody's out there trying to make a difference or be heard, seen, recognized. Speaking of be heard, seen, recognized. Oh, well, first let me get the fraud. Daycare, right? You heard about the daycare fraud going on in Minnesota? Let's say it wasn't fraud. Why should taxpayers from Oregon and Washington and South Carolina, Florida, Texas, we've got our own stuff to take care of. Why should our tax dollars go to these Somalians for somebody to watch their kids? When Somalians, I think 79% of them are on some kind of government assistance already. So basically they came here and they're getting free handouts. Even if it's not even if it's not fraud, it's uncool. So something needs to be done. Now, I don't know that I know what needs to be done. So that's why I'm trying to stay out of it, because too many people out there are saying, not this. What are the suggestions then? If you don't have an idea of what you would like to see, then I recommend you take a step back. Sometimes think it through. Yesterday at the gym here, there was a car. When I was walking in, I saw this car. It had on one side, it said, "Let 'em live," and had a watermelon slice, like painted or drawn, whatever, on one window. On the back, it said "Free Palestine" and had the Palestinian flag. And then on the other side, it said, "Keep Elbit out of South Carolina." And I had to look Elbit up, and it's like Raytheon. I think it's like a defense contract company or defense contractors. But keep them out of South Carolina. We're not doing cotton and tobacco and whatever else we used to grow and sell to places now. So now we do mostly defense stuff, right? I think. I mean, I don't really know what this country sells to other countries, and I'm not sure if we give them the money to buy it from us. And if we do, that just seems kind of dumb anyway. But in order for this country to flourish and be strong, we have got to be creating stuff that we are selling to other countries. Then we can bring our tax dollars down, because right now, like the port workers, the military, everybody's got to be paid. Well, where's that money going to come from? If the only thing we've got going on is tax dollars, we're going to need to pay a lot of taxes. And I don't want to pay a lot of taxes. I pay my taxes. I think my wife and I pay about $15,000 a year in taxes. I don't know. That's we're about to do our taxes soon. I'll give you an update when I know what we paid. But I think that's about what we pay. And I don't have a problem with that, but I have a problem with somewhere it's going, you know, because like we can't afford to get daycare for our son because we're paying tax dollars so that somebody else gets free daycare for their kid. And I don't think that they're even working, but I don't know, so I can't really speak on that. But I know we've got to fix this country, and I think it all starts with us, right? So I'm not trying to fix the country until I've fixed my own self and my own family first, and because I think it's God and family first, and then we can take on the rest of the country and say, hey, let's get it together. So Elbit, right? Keep them out of Charleston. And then the watermelon slice, turns out that's Palestinians, because it's their flag, the colors, green, red, black, and white. I don't understand that completely. I didn't know that. I had to Google it. I said, what's the relevance to a watermelon slice and let them live? And it said that that's what that is. So what Google told me. But anyway, there's a whole bunch of, I don't know if you call them brown, ethnic, I don't know what to call these people, but there's a whole lot of different ethnicities in our gym. There's, you know, way less white people than anybody else. So I was trying to, you know, I'm just in there trying to figure out who would be driving that car. And because why not? I'm in the gym and I'm working out, bored, so trying to estimate who, you know, and there were some beasts in there, but I was also trying to figure out, like, with the personality, like, I get that they'd be standing for something, but I don't want to say it was a bitch car, but it was not, you know, if some of these beasts had gone over there and opened that door to get in that car, I would have said, all right, you know, maybe it's all you can afford. I'm not going to judge you on that. I was in pretty good shape, and I drove a Honda Accord hybrid, so but I couldn't climb in and out of that after a while. The knees, right? Got to take care of your body, and that's my message to you: take care of your body. But the driver of that car was a white girl. She was wearing a face mask. She had multicolored hair. Her face looked like it got in a fight with a tackle box, or like a tackle box and a Christmas tree had a baby, and that was her face, right? It was like just stuff dangling everywhere. And she was reading a book in the gym, not working out too hard, mind you, reading a book. Occasionally she was not on her book, she was on her phone. But it was funny to me because I had taken note of her already, just because I went to use a leg press machine and she was just sitting on it and reading her book. And I get irritated by people that just are in the gym just to be there. Now I try and tell myself, well, it's better than being in a bar, better than a lot of places you could be, but still, you got to have some respect and understand people are waiting on equipment. And if you're just, you know, laying down on the bench press because it's cushy and you can lay down on it, well, that's frustrating for some of us. But I didn't understand why, with all these people here, I mean, why is she free Palestine, keep Elbit out of Charleston? I don't really understand a lot of it. But then, like, the only thing I can think of, and feel free if any of, because I know I don't have 10 kids, I only have 3 kids, and I know one of them didn't watch any of my videos. So the fact that I have 10 views means somebody's watching that's not one of my children. So if you happen to be somebody that understands this, like, I got no problem, you want to wear a face mask, right? There's a lot of people in there that you don't understand, or that you don't know. So if you want to wear a face mask, cool. We're all breathing heavy. I get it. But you're the only one wearing a face mask. And then I thought, okay, the mask, the book, the bizarre hair, and all the face paintings. I thought, you know what? This person just wants to be seen, wants to stand out, wants to be noticed. And that's probably why they joined the Free Palestine protests, right? I don't, like, let's take care of ourselves first, right? Let's take care of ourselves figure out what it is you want in life, and if you're moving towards it, or if you are just sitting still. And if you're sitting still, you're moving backwards, right? Like, I would like to talk to you about a savings account and what happened with Venezuela and Iran, but I'll save that for another time. But it's a real good example of, if you're sitting still, you're moving backwards. So everybody out there has a story to tell, and I think we should start writing it, right? Like, not just what's behind you, but moving forward. Let's make it a story worth telling. Let's be proud to tell our kids what we were doing today, tomorrow, this week, next. I'm taking tomorrow off because it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So I want to sit at home with Cooper and stack Legos or something. He actually does this really cute thing now, because I do these things where I stand to try and act like a martial artist or something, and I stand there and I do a sideways stand and hold my leg up like I'm kicking, and I'll hold it for 30 seconds, then I'll go to the other side and hold it for 30 seconds, and now he does that. He is 14 months old and can't really walk around or run around or do anything like that, but he'll lean on, he's got a little stand-up piano thing, and he'll lean on it and kick his legs out to the sides. When I figure out how to do editing of these videos, which I feel like I should by the end of the year, I'll be able to put in some cute videos of him doing that, and be able to show you a little bit more about what I've got going on here. But for now, I think that's all I've got. And then I stutter stepped on my last video when I was about to say goodbye, because I wasn't sure how to sign off, you know, stay classy, San Diego, or something. But then because nobody had seen my first two videos, I just decided it didn't matter what I say, nobody's gonna see it. So I could say F off and give the bird to the finger, give the finger to the camera, but I'm not going to. I'm just trying to come up with a cool way to sign off, and when I do, I'll let you know.